Good morning, everybody. All right, so new episode today. New things to do. I'm sorry I went ahead and got things ready, but axle's clean, ready to go. I already put it back together, got the axles back from the mechanic, axles back from the mechanic, new bearings, all that fun stuff slid in. We got new bolts holding the diff together, or holding the diff to the axle. I cleaned it all up, spit shined it. Remember last week, went ahead, got all my joints welded up, got my plates over, everything's good to go. Slid one bar in to keep my distance right, everything like that. All right, so here's today's task. This axle that's sitting right here needs to get up into here, and we're gonna tack this U-bolt to this frame and then tack the U-bolt to the axle itself. What that's gonna do is that's gonna lock my axle left to right, front to back, and guarantee that I'm not gonna move it around. It'll keep my pinion angle at whatever I set it at, and we can check our drive shaft distance, make sure all that's good to go, but it's gonna lock that system together for me, so that way while I'm putting things together, I'm figuring out the 4-link, I'm doing all these things, it's all nice and tight, it's all nice and held together. So, that's on the list of things to do today. A little bit ago, I went ahead and cleaned up the drive shaft. I had some time. I was waiting for the old lady to get home from work. When I say old lady, I mean wife. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just a southern thing. So, I was waiting for the wife to get home from work. Went ahead and cleaned this thing up. I need to take it apart, obviously, and do new universal joints, clean up the joints, clean up the ends, just fun stuff like that. Like I said, I was just cleaning it up so it's just not nasty. And then whenever I am ready for paint, I am ready for paint. Had to make a tool run this morning. Went and got tools, got some abrasive discs, some grind offs, some stuff like that. I don't know why he's looking at me like that. It's kind of weird. So, I say we get started. Let's have some fun. So this here is 2 inches wide. I have 2-inch flat stock. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a measurement from right here to, this one wraps around, so we'll just leave it extra, but to here. We'll cut that, and then I'll weld it in place. Measurement from here to here, cut it, weld it in place. So on and so forth, all the way down, same thing. Measurement from here to here, cut it, weld it in place. Both sides. That's gonna give this nice, strong strength, nothing to worry about. Strong and strength. That's what we're looking for, people. We're looking for strong and strength. So, let's get started. Let's do this. So, same thing as last time. Hold on a minute, I forgot my pencil. The music's too loud, as usual, tell me in the comments. I can't not have music, and this doesn't work. Sorry, I was thirsty. All right, same thing as always. I'm gonna start with my measurement from here to here. The reason I'm starting there is because these over here I want to wrap around this end of this pipe and give it a full close in. But, might as well start with the easiest first. So, let's give us an idea. I can use a tape measure. I'm liking 15.5. So, I'm gonna come over here. Obviously, I'm gonna mark my 15.5. What the hell's wrong with my soap stuff? There's my 15.5. I'm sorry, I like things technical. So I'm gonna go ahead, grab my square, snap me a little line. Now, I forgot to get the grinder out, but no biggie. can't afford to just, you know, oh, it's kind of small, let me get rid of it. No, we can't do that, especially now. But anyway, but yet I digress. So move you in right there, and that will weld in right there, giving me a full box in. Nice clean look. I mean, shoo, that's gonna be beautiful. It'll look good. So I like that one. Let's go ahead and snap us some measurement for our next one. I don't know how these guys do these videos with the damn camera holding it and stuff. It's crazy. These guys are crazy. So, if I could hold it and not screw up. I'm feeling 8. Feeling 8. Feeling 8. So, one. Now, theoretically, we should be able to take these two pieces that we're cutting right now, and we should be able to transfer that from this side of the truck to this side of the truck. It should be the same. If you're doing all your cutting and welding, especially on vehicles and custom frame making, you know, whether it be the front end suspension or the back end suspension, most of your stuff is going to be symmetrical. You're going to be able to transfer things back and forth. So, if I did my job right, and the magic of television, remember that word fabrication, I should be able to have it over there. We'll see. This isn't like, you know, custom stuff, or this isn't like custom made video. I'm doing it, I'm showing you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Go ahead, square it up. I like having everything nice, clean, and neat. Why isn't my soapstone drawing like a normal soapstone today? That is weird. Once again. I think I'm gonna get a hold of the neighbor and see if I can't get the bike. Put the bike in their garage. So, let me make sure y'all got a decent view. You can see me. Cool. All right. I don't want to drag you over here. I don't want y'all to get motion sickness. See, I love that. That's going to work. Yeah. That'll work. Now, remember I was saying, you should all be symmetrical. All should be the same. So I should be able to come over here and do the same thing. Yeah, that'll work. So there we go. So what I can go ahead and do is I can go ahead and cut myself one more 8, one more 15/2. That'll give me those two boxed in. And then here in a minute, I'll come back on the camera. I'm gonna pause y'all because there's no point in you watch me cut 6 pieces. We'll get the welder all hooked up. I'll get all that ready to go. We'll come back and we'll tack these in. Which should be interesting because like this one right here, I don't know if I dropped it, stepped on it, something, but I crushed it in. So we're gonna need to figure out how to, you know, bring it back out so I can get my width. And this is off a little bit. When I was welding it, it twisted itself in. And it's not exactly perfect from the welding, which it's gonna happen, you guys. Your metal is gonna move. You try to resist the movement as much as possible, the warping as much as possible, you know, your metal gets heat and it expands. You try to stop that as much as possible. That's why I welded like one here, and then one here, and then one here. I move it around, I try to keep things right, but sometimes it just doesn't go as planned. And this is one of those situations that did not just go exactly as planned. No big problem though, we can get around it. All right, so I know you're upside down. I know that's not fun, but that's that way we can both see what I'm talking about. If you see it's wide here it gets a little thinner here, and then it gets wide again. I don't exactly know, exactly why that all happened, but let's say here we have 2 inches, okay? That's between this weld and this weld. All right, let's go over here. We're within an 1/8, a 16th. Then we come back down here, we have 2 inches. Right here's where I pounded it apart to make this joint good. So, check this out. This is your standard everyday clamp, right? So like, I know it doesn't look like it, but you take this, well, I'll be damned. I was getting ready to show you something really, really, really cool, and I can't because it won't even work. So, oh well. But what I was gonna show you is, if you take your everyday clamp like this, you undo these little ends. Sometimes they have the Phillips in them, not a wing nut, but you can flip this one to this side over here, which gives you the ability to pull apart instead of clamp. But that didn't happen. So, ow, look at that. Damn. Ugh. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. See, that can't be fun. Yeah, no. You guys are getting rattled around. So we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. We're just gonna put a pair of vice grips on it. And then I'm gonna move the camera because you guys are gonna get motion sickness and/or have an epileptic seizure if I leave you like that. So, let's find a spot that you can get comfortable and see what I'm doing. Yeah, right there will work. Okay. So, I need to go ahead and widen this frame up a little bit. And remember, folks, this is the first time I've built a frame, so, not like I had blueprints and plans and things like that. I've never done this before. I do know how to shape metal with a hammer a little bit. Okay. I feel like that's pretty consistent now. Got 2 inch there. 2 inch, 2 inch, 2 inch, 2 inch. Yeah, we got a little wide there. 2 inch, 2 inch, 2 inch, 2 inch. Good. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab my piece. Just realize that I got everything ready to weld and I don't have my helmet. But, nonetheless, folks, nonetheless, that looks good. I like it. I like it. So, I'm gonna go ahead and tack that in. Like I said, just tack it. Don't need to go crazy right now. Look at that chip. I will, I'll have to, be right back. I gotta get my mask and I gotta cut my fingernail. That's gonna drive me nuts. It's like wire clippers on standby. Okay. I'm gonna try to get you all in a little closer on the welding. I think tonight I'm gonna do some research on filters and stuff for the camera, so that way you all can watch the actual beads lay down. I wouldn't even mind teaching how to lay some different beads and different stuff. Now, I don't mean that as in all you pro welders out there, please do not attack me. I'm not, I'm just saying I can help out the simple guy, the one learning. Maybe get him to a point where he wants to talk to the pros. There's something I hate in this industry, in the mechanic industry, and on internet and things like that. It's when somebody doesn't know something, they get attacked. That drives me insane. It should not be like that. People should take care of people. Just me, or does that welder sound funny? Something's wrong. I don't know what's wrong, but something's wrong. Another thing. Another problem I have is this. I swear on everything holy, I've got Stockholm syndrome for a freaking floor. Like, I have creepers and stuff, and I still want to lay on the damn floor. I don't know what it is. Okay. Get up here and get a look at this one. It's a decent sized gap. Get us a clamp, pull that in a little bit. Not gonna be that clamp. Good news is there's a clamp under here. Look at that. Just walk that piece in right there where I want it. Now I can tack it. She ain't going nowhere. Nice and clean. Frames boxed in. That's what we want. Might be a little hot on the old welder. Might have went too far. Here we go. Piece number one. You think I need to show the class how to do another one, or just go ahead and turn the video off and do the rest of them? What do you think we should do? Here, let's do this. There, a little better. All right. So, now that I did this, I realized that I put that tack in a crappy place. But guys, it's okay. I gotta fill that whole thing with weld anyway. So, leave it be. That damn welding ember hit me in the titty. I'm definitely a little hot. way hot on the welder. Shit is just dripping off. I don't like that. Drop our voltage down a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that's basically the gist of what's going on here. Just, you know, now I'll go through and tighten everything up, weld it all in, and she'll be good to go. Come on over here. Maybe I can, sorry for the moving, but I want to make sure you guys at least can see stuff, you know? But like right here, I can buzz this side in real quick. Beautiful. I mean, beautiful. I got deep penetration. It's a little hot. I need to turn it down just a little bit because I'm taking my base material completely out. But like, nice clean weld, nice good setup there. We can do one more right here. Kind of give you a view. I mean, that puppy ain't going nowhere. So, I'm gonna knock this out, be right back. This one right here, I'm not gonna do without showing you because I have to bend it around. So, I'll be right back. Didn't know I was gonna get a phone call, sorry y'all. Some of my business is still personal. Some of it. Some of it is. Okay, let me throw one more tack in here, and then I'm gonna run over there and grab you guys and show you what I'm talking about. I like it. As a good friend of mine once said, Picasso, Picasso. Okay. So, what I'll do is, you can see, now I can just rinse and repeat. Do the same thing on the other side. And then what that did is it cleaned all that up and gave it a better look, better edge. So now when you're sitting behind me, it doesn't look unfinished. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to weld everything nice and tight. I'm going to go in with a drill bit, something small, maybe a 9/64. And we'll put a hole here. I'll put a hole here, and I'll probably put a hole here. And those holes, what they're going to do is they're going to give water, condensation, anything that develops inside this frame a place to get out. You know, I'd be building a custom frame for it anyway because that's what I do. But that's the original problem that this Tacoma had. And that's kind of the lawsuit issues that Toyota had. Not only did they have bad metal, but water was getting trapped in places and segments. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and finish that other side real quick. Like I said, I'm not trying to bore anybody with just watching the same BS over and over and over and over. You don't need to watch me do the same thing again. I don't, unless you want to, let me know in comments. I didn't think you needed to watch me buzz a bunch of welds, a bunch of stuff. I try to show you all one side and then rinse, repeat, and then we move on to the next thing. So, I will be right back. Okay, so same difference again. I realized that I said that we'd get a bunch done today. You gotta have goals. It's good to have goals in life. You see that crack? Watch it swallow up. Swallow crack. Just realized that sounds really bad. Sorry. In no way do I mean it like that though, you know? There. Now I can fuzzy buzz around it. We can get it hammered down on. Okay. Shit. Cut that one a little short. I don't really have the ability to get into it like I wanted. So that's what we're gonna do right there, which will work Peach King. And like so. Just like that. Now, we're gonna bust us some welds down this. Beautiful. On this thin stuff right here, and because I don't have a lap joint or a T-joint or 90'd out or whatever, and I'm not TIGging it, I like to do like a swoop tack, kind of buzz, let off, buzz, let off, buzz, let off, buzz, let off. You know what I mean? That way I can get in a nice good penetration. I'm not trying to rush myself through it, so that way I don't tear into or get any dripping or anything. Okay, I am definitely gonna turn the sensitivity up in my shade. Whew. Like, the reason that looks like crap is because I just burnt crap out of my eyes. Nothing new. Alright, so that's that. So, I was getting ready to make a video or make part of the video and say that we can move on to the next thing. When I completely forgot that I climbed underneath for two things. One, my buddy was over here the other day, and he has this like fascination with trying to pick things up. So I stopped what I was doing and made sure it was level and everything was still good, so that way we could put the rear axle on. The other thing I was doing is I was getting ready to move towards putting the rear axle on and doing what we were talking about, or what I told you we were going to do. And it occurred to me that I climbed underneath of it the other day and I welded this side of the frame to the frame, but I never welded that side of the frame to the frame. It's tacked to hold it in place. Thank God it did. But I completely forgot that it's not fully secured yet, because I did one side and then I disappeared to go do something with my kids. It wouldn't surprise me if that was football. I got two boys in football, and I tell you, that is, it's all they think about, which is crazy because I still can't even tell you what a first down is, and my oldest boy's on his third year. Anyway, so here's what we're gonna have. I'm gonna clean things up real quick. I'd like to get back to square one. I like to get everything kind of organized. I hate stuff all over the place. I'm gonna clean everything up, and then we're gonna climb underneath the truck and finish welding that frame up. We get that frame welded up, and then we can pop up, put the axle up in the air, and get everything kind of secure, get it where we want it, square it up, and weld the U-bolts, weld to the frame, and move on from there and see where we're at. Be right back. All right, everything's cleaned up. So, like I was saying, it occurred to me that I had yet to, weld all this together. So, I'm gonna try to do it real quick. I don't have much time left for today. I gotta go pick one up from football here in a minute. But I think we got enough time to do this. So what I did off camera though, because I was already cleaning stuff up, holy crap, I forgot about that. Look at this. That shows you like kind of how bad the frame used to be. And at some point, and I mean we, will be fixing that. Okay, so off camera, what I did do is I had already cleaned up all this metal. I was already underneath here with a grinder and cleaning up other stuff, sweeping the floor, stuff like that. So I said, screw it, I'll come over here and I'll tack this together. So, or screw it, I'll come over here and clean it real quick. So let's go ahead and pause it down. So, they're not perfect, but those welds are definitely not gonna break. All right, so I think this is the end of this video because I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's something missing. I'm out of gas. So because I'm out of gas, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video and reconvene probably tomorrow. I feel like it's a good time to just go ahead and stop right there and move on to something else. I have a little bit of free time right now, so the good news is tomorrow that is going under the truck.